According to Newport, we're living in an attention economy, where being able to decide intentionally where to focus and for how long is extremely valuable. This said, the next natural question is how to practically do it. And Newport, in his amazing book Deep Work, explains exactly this concept. And in today's video, I'm gonna break down 4 practical philosophies that he approached and he explained in his book. My aim is to encourage you enough to make you read the book yourself. Don't be satisfied just with my summary, but make the effort yourself by reading the book. I guarantee you won't regret it. Let's mull it over. The number 1 is the monastic philosophy. This philosophy is something that big minds such as Donald Knuth and Neil Stephenson have in common, which is like it consists in a maximization of deep efforts by eliminating or radically minimizing all the shallow obligation, like emails, for example. For instance, Knuth once said, and I quote, "I have been a happy man ever since January 1, 1990, when I no longer had an email address. Email is wonderful things for people whose rule in life is to be on top of things, but not for me. My rule is to be on the bottom of things. What I do takes long hours of standing and uninterrupted concentration." Now, just instead of emails, imagine this quote with Instagram, TikTok notification, and you will have your 2024 version of it. If you want to approach a monastic philosophy, you need a well-defined, high-valued professional goal, and you absolutely need to get rid of all the distraction, all the notification, and all the shallow obligations. The number 2 is the bi-modal philosophy. This philosophy has been used by Carl Jung, who locked himself in a minimal room to write without interruption. Then he would meditate and walk in the woods to clarify his thinking for the next day's writing. Jung did not approach the monastic approach to deep work, because he thought this elimination of distraction only during his retreat, and then he would come back to his social life in Zurich that was everything but monastic. Jung's approach was what Carl Newport called the bi-modal philosophy. This philosophy asks you to divide your time, dedicate some clearly structured effort of deep work effort, and leaving the rest open for everything else that you need to do. This philosophy can produce extreme productivity, but only if the subject is able to dedicate enough time to these endeavors in order to maximize his cognitive intensity. Newport suggests at least 1 full day. Number 3 is the rhythm philosophy. The rhythmic philosophy focuses on transforming deep work and focus and concentration in a simply daily habit. To do so, the subject needs to keep a calendar, and for every day of deep work, deep session or focus session as you will call it, just cross out the day. Day after day, this habit will create a chain, and your only goal is to do not break the chain, so maintain like the habit over time. Unless the bi-modal, this philosophy approach a less intense deep work, but more constant throughout the year. In other words, the goal is to generate a rhythm. The 4th one is the journalistic philosophy. The journalistic philosophy has been approached by one of the best biography writers of all time, Walter Isaacson. He was methodic. Every time he could find some free time, he would switch into a deep mode, in a deep work state of mind, and then he came back to his wall of time, whatever he was doing the activity before. This is extremely difficult. It doesn't come naturally, and is something that Carl Newport says is not for novice. So if you are not able to really focus on deep work and you're still there jumping from Instagram to YouTube to Facebook every day, you should not approach this philosophy as a first one. But it's still really good in case you are a writer, in case you are like a famous YouTuber or a content creator, an artist that need really focus mode, and you have the experience necessary to lead you to this. So basically you need the experience to jump and switch from one mode to another state of mind. These are the 4 philosophy of deep work that Kanye explained in his book. But there is a 5th one that I personally approaching, and is the one that the author approaching as well, which is the Newport philosophy. I call it. He map out at the end of the week all the program for the next the following week, and in this way he made like a plan for the next week with like a wishful thinking plan, and then at the beginning of every single day he adjusted as needed the block calendar. So for example, I'm using Google Calendar to block all my deep session, my deep work section, and my normal job section, or my studying session, whatever it is. And I made at the end of the week, I made what is like a perfect week, what it could be perfect for me and for my exigence. Then at the beginning of every day, because the things of course doesn't always go like as planned, I organize it like this. So I can say that is a kind of a mix between the rhythm philosophy and the bimodal, which is perfect and resonates a lot with me. So we're arriving at the end of the video. Thank you really for your time. If this video resonates with you, please leave me a comment. And my goal once again is not to make you satisfied with my summary, but is to push you to read the book because it's really worth it. Thank you for your time. See you next one.